Hello Year 9, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at question 11b from exercise 8c of the Cambridge Standard textbook, which many of you were grappling with in class. We've got this quadrilateral here and we're being asked to find the value of the unknown angle x, and many of you were grappling with this question, finding it hard to work out how to get the textbook answer, which was indicating that x is 80 degrees. And I think the struggle that many of you had is, at first glance, we look at this diagram and we see we've got a quadrilateral because there's 4 sides, and we know that the interior angle sum of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So the instinct for many of you was to say, well, I've got 4 angles here, they all have to add up to 360. So that's how we can tackle this question. So if I follow that approach, we can say that we've got our unknown x plus the first 70 degrees plus the 100 degrees plus the second 70 degrees, and we're saying they all have to add up to 360 degrees. So what that means is x plus 240 degrees must add up to 360 degrees. So if I subtract 240 from both sides, I'll get x is equal to 120, and that's the answer many of you were getting. But it is not the answer that the textbook has at the back. Go! So the question then becomes, is there an error in the textbook? Is there an error with our approach, or is there something else going on? And I've taken a closer look at this question with some of the other teachers, and what we've realized is that this diagram is quite ambiguous. And the first area of the ambiguity it relates to this 70 degrees here and this 70 degrees here. So if I start with the 70 degrees over on the right-hand side, the question is, does that relate to this whole angle, which is how we've used it in our initial working, or does it relate to only the angle in the top triangle? And it's quite hard to see because of where it's positioned, but if we do start with the idea that perhaps this 70 is only this angle, then we hit a problem, because if we were to say break this quadrilateral into 2 triangles, which this line across the middle suggests is a good idea. So we can break this 4-sided shape, the quadrilateral, into 2 triangles, and if we think about this top triangle that I'm highlighting in red, the marks here on each side indicate that those 2 sides are of equal length, which makes this an isosceles triangle, which means the base angles would have to be equal. So if this angle over on the right was 70 degrees, it means this base angle on the left would also need to be the same amount, 70 degrees. But the problem with that is, if we think about the angle sum of a triangle, the 3 angles we've got, if they were 70 and 70 and 100, that wouldn't add up to 180, that would add up to 240. So we know that can't be the way to interpret that angle, so I might just erase all of those highlights. Go! Because what we need to then do is interpret this angle as having to be this whole angle. That's the only interpretation that makes sense for that 70 degrees. But we know that if we do the same thing with the other 70-degree angle, we get into trouble, because we end up with x being 120 instead of 80. So what that leads me to think is that this 70 degrees over on the left must only be referring to this angle here. And what we'll see is that that interpretation of the diagram does lead us to be able to eventually get the answer. So what I'll do now is I'll work through how that works. And going back to the top triangle, the one that's isosceles, what we can do to start is we can think about the base angle of this top triangle, and we can work out what that base angle must be. So what I might do is just call it y degrees. So each of those base angles would be equal. And let's work out what y must be. So we know the angle sum of a triangle is 180. So I know that y plus the 100 degrees must add up to 180 degrees. That means I've got 2y plus 100 degrees must be equal to 180 degrees. I can subtract 100 from both sides. I'm left with 2y equals 80 degrees. And then if I divide both sides by 2, I get y is equal to 40 degrees. So what I can do now is I can say that the base angle of the top triangle will be 40 degrees. And what that means is this entire angle, maybe I'll erase this highlighting. So this entire angle here will be 40 degrees plus 70 degrees. And now that we've worked that out, we've actually got the correct other three angles in our quadrilateral, which then allows us to now solve for x. So we can revisit the technique I originally used, but with the proper angles. So we can say that x plus 110 degrees, which is the 40 plus 70, plus the 100 degrees plus the 70 degrees, that is what will add up to 360 degrees. Now 110 plus 100 is 210, plus another 70 would be 280. So that means x plus 280 degrees is equal to 360 degrees. And if I subtract 280 from both sides, I get x equals 80 degrees, which is what the answers at the back of the book indicated. So that is how you get the answer that the textbook was indicating. And the only way you get there is to realize this diagram has been drawn very poorly. So I wouldn't be too concerned if you struggled with that question. If you did originally get x equals 120, that's totally understandable why you thought that. But as we see now, the person who created this diagram really just needed to do a better job of clearly indicating which angles were being represented here. So if they had done that better, hopefully this question would have been a bit clearer and more straightforward in terms of how you should tackle it. We bring the